Hello and welcome back to the Coin Riches channel. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change the way you look at the loose dollar coins sitting in your drawer right now. Most people ignore them, they sit in jars, in glove compartments, in kitchen trays, in old wallets. Forgotten, overlooked, dismissed as just a dollar. But what if I told you that one specific USA $1 coin from the year 2000, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, has shocked collectors and investors with values reaching up to $88,000, yes, $88,000, and the most surprising part, it doesn't look rare at first glance. Welcome to Coin Riches channel. Today, we're talking about the 2000 P Mint $1 coin, a coin that many people have handled without realizing what they were holding. And I need you to watch this video till the very end, because what you learn here could literally change your life. In the year 2000, America stepped into a new millennium. There was excitement in the air. The Y2K scare had just passed. Technology was advancing rapidly. The country was entering a new era, and the United States Mint was producing coins as usual. Among them was the Sacagawea Dollar, the golden-colored coin featuring the young Shoshone woman Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste. On the surface, it looked like an ordinary release. Millions were struck. Philadelphia Mint coins carried the small P Mint mark, nothing unusual, or so people thought. But history has a strange way of hiding opportunity in plain sight. The 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar was the first year of issue for this design. First-year coins always carry special importance in the numismatic world. They mark a beginning. They represent transition, and collectors pay attention to beginnings, but the real story goes deeper. When the Mint introduced the Sacagawea Dollar, it was designed to replace the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar. The new coin had a distinctive golden color, achieved through a special manganese brass alloy. It wasn't real gold, but it looked like it. That golden glow made it instantly recognizable, and instantly different. However, something unexpected happened during production. Some of the 2000 P coins were struck under unusual circumstances. Some were specially burnished. Some were struck with prototype dies. And some developed what collectors now call mule errors, and other rare die varieties. Now here's where things get serious. Among these coins, a very small number were struck with what became known as the Cheerios Dollar reverse. Yes, Cheerios, when the Mint partnered with General Mills to promote the new dollar coin. 5,500 special 2000 Sacagawea Dollars were inserted into Cheerios cereal boxes as a promotional campaign. At the time, people thought it was just a fun marketing gimmick, but years later, experts discovered that those promotional coins had a different reverse design. Enhanced tail feathers on the eagle. A subtle difference. So subtle that most people would never notice, but collectors noticed, and when collectors notice something rare, the market responds. One of these rare 2000 P Sacagawea Dollars, in exceptional condition, has reached values as high as $88,000 at auction. Let that sink in. A coin originally worth $1, turning into $88,000. And the frightening part, some of these coins were spent, some were put into circulation, some might still be out there. That means the possibility still exists. Now, I need you to stay with me. Don't skip ahead. Because understanding why this coin reached that level is critical. Rarity alone doesn't create value, demand creates value, story creates value, timing creates value. The 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar checks all three boxes. First year issue, limited promotional variant, design difference. Mint state condition examples, and a powerful historical narrative. The dawn of a new millennium. When collectors realized that the Cheerios Dollars had distinct tail feather detailing, authentication began. Third-party grading companies confirmed the difference. Only a fraction of the 5,500 promotional coins were preserved in top condition, and condition is everything. That a circulated example might only bring a few $100s, but a high-grade, certified example, especially in MS68 or above, is where prices skyrocket. Now imagine this scenario. It's the year 2000. You buy a box of cereal. Inside is a brand new golden dollar coin. You toss it into a drawer. 20 years pass, then someone tells you it might be worth thousands. That's not fantasy, that has happened, and it can happen again. But here's something even more interesting. Not all valuable 2000 P dollars are Cheerios coins. There are also die errors, planchet anomalies, and strike variations that can dramatically increase value. Some coins show doubling in the lettering, some display unusual edge characteristics, some have die gouges or pattern-like features. Most people spend them without looking. And that is exactly why opportunity still exists. Now I want you to think about something that if you are between 35 and 65 years old, you were alive when this coin was released, you remember the year 2000, that you remember the excitement of the new millennium, you might even remember seeing these coins for the first time, which means this isn't ancient history, this is within your lifetime. That changes perspective, because we often think valuable coins must be hundreds of years old, but sometimes value is hiding in modern coins, coins we touched, coins we ignored, coins we underestimated. The Philadelphia Mint struck millions of these coins, yes. But among millions, tiny variations matter. Collectors obsess over small differences: enhanced tail feathers, sharp strike details, luster quality, surface preservation, certification, provenance. Every detail adds or subtracts thousands of dollars. Now let's talk psychology. Why would someone pay $88,000 for a $1 coin? Because serious collectors compete for the best known example. Because registry set collectors want the highest graded coin available, because first year, first design. Anomalies carry prestige, because supply is extremely limited in top condition. When only a handful exist at the highest grade, bidding wars happen, and bidding wars create headlines, headlines create awareness, awareness creates more demand, and demand drives prices even higher. That is how a dollar becomes $88,000, not overnight, but through discovery, validation, and competition. Now here's something important: the majority of 2000 P Sacagawea dollars are not worth $88,000. That I need to be honest with you, most are still worth face value, but the key word is most, not all, and in coin collecting, not all is where fortunes are made. So what should you look for? First, check the mint mark. It must have a P for Philadelphia. Second, examine the reverse eagle's tail feathers. Compare carefully with verified images of the Cheerios enhanced tail feather design. Third, inspect the coin's condition. Is it scratched? Worn? Or does it look nearly perfect? Fourth, consider professional grading. If you truly believe you have something special, authentication is critical, because without certification, high-value buyers hesitate. Now let me ask you something directly: how many dollar coins have passed through your hands in the last 25 years? 5, 10, 50. What if one of them was special, and you never knew? This is why I always say on Coin Rich's channel, never underestimate modern coins. They are the sleeping giants of the numismatic world, and we are living in the era when they are waking up. Stay with me, because in the next part of this video, we are going to break down exactly how to identify the high-value 2000 P dollar in detail, the specific features that separate an ordinary coin from a life-changing one, and the silent mistakes collectors make that cost them thousands. Watch till the end, because the information you hear today could be the difference between spending a dollar and discovering $88,000 hiding in plain sight. Now take a deep breath, because this is the part most people skip, and it's the part that matters the most. That if you're still watching, you're already ahead of 90% of people. Most click away. Most assume it's hype. Most think, that will never happen to me. But serious collectors, and serious opportunity, reward the ones who pay attention to detail. Let's go deeper into what truly separates an ordinary 2000 P Sacagawea dollar from a potentially life-changing one. First, the surface quality. When experts evaluate a coin that later sells for tens of thousands of dollars, they are not just looking at the design. They are studying microscopic details. They examine luster, that glowing, cartwheel shine that moves across the surface when tilted under light. They check for contact marks, tiny dings caused when coins hit each other in mint bags. They analyze strike sharpness, how clearly the details were pressed into the metal. On a high-grade 2000 P dollar, Sacagawea's facial features will appear crisp. The strands of hair will be sharp. The baby's blanket folds will be distinct. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers will look layered and defined, especially the tail feathers if it's the enhanced Cheerios variety. Collectors call this eye appeal, and eye appeal sells. Now let's talk about grading. When a coin is sent to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, it is evaluated on a scale from 1 to 7. 0 MS stands for mint state, Meaning the coin has never been circulated. MS65 is considered gem quality. MS67 is elite. MS68 and above. Extremely rare. The 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar that approached $88,000 was in exceptionally high mint state condition. That's the key, because even if you find a Cheerios Dollar, if it's heavily scratched or worn, it won't command that kind of price. Condition and rarity must work together. Now imagine this scenario: that you're cleaning out an old drawer. You find a small plastic sleeve with a golden dollar coin inside. It looks bright, almost untouched. You remember getting it years ago, maybe from a cereal box, maybe from a bankroll, maybe from change. You look closer at the tail feathers, you notice something slightly different. You compare it carefully with verified examples online. Your heart starts beating a little faster. This is the moment where knowledge turns into power. But here is where many people make a mistake: they rush. They post it online immediately, they accept the first offer, they fail to authenticate it properly, and they leave thousands of dollars on the table. If you believe you have a rare 2000 P dollar, take your time, handle it carefully, by the edges only. Do not clean it, never polish it. Cleaning destroys value instantly. Instead, place it in a protective holder and consult a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a trusted grading company. Patience protects profit. Now let's step back for a moment. Why does this story matter so much, especially to those of you between 35 and 65, and even beyond? Because you lived through the release of this coin, you understand the context, you remember the transition into the year 2000. You've seen how quickly time passes, and you've learned something important about life. Opportunity often appears ordinary at first. When you were younger, maybe you didn't look closely at change, maybe you were busy building a career, raising a family, paying bills. Coins were just coins. But today, perspective changes. Today, you understand value differently. A coin is not just metal. It's history. It's timing. It's scarcity. It's human behavior. The 2000 P dollar teaches a powerful lesson: modern does not mean worthless, common does not mean insignificant, and small details can create enormous differences. $1 versus $88,000, that difference is not in size. It's in knowledge, and that's why on Coin Rich's channel, we don't just talk about coins. We talk about awareness, because awareness changes outcomes. Now think about your own home: old piggy banks, coin jars, safe deposit boxes, collections you inherited. Have you checked them carefully? Have you looked at each 2000 P dollar under proper light? Have you examined the reverse design closely? Or have you assumed they're all the same? Most people assume. Collectors verify, and verification is where discovery happens. The numismatic market is not static. It evolves. As new collectors enter the hobby, demand shifts. As registry competitions intensify, top-graded coins command higher premiums. As stories circulate about high auction results, more people start searching, and every time someone searches, the odds of another discovery increase. That's why videos like this matter, because education spreads, and when education spreads, hidden treasures surface. But I want to leave you with something deeper than just excitement. At 35, 45, 55, 65. You understand something younger people often overlook: time is the most valuable asset of all. You've seen trends rise and fall. You've seen markets shift. You've seen how patience rewards those who wait. The 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar is a reminder that sometimes value needs time to reveal itself. 25 years ago, it was just a new coin. Today, in the right condition, it can represent generational money, and who knows what the next 25 years will bring. That's why I always say, never rush to spend what you haven't examined. Never ignore what you haven't understood, and never assume something is worthless simply because it looks ordinary, because somewhere out there, someone once opened a cereal box, and unknowingly held a coin that would one day be worth up to $88,000. That person didn't know it at the time, but knowledge changed everything, and now you know. So before you dismiss the dollar coins around you, take a closer look, study them, respect them, because hidden among the common may be something extraordinary. If this story opened your eyes even a little, stay connected with Coin Rich's channel. We explore the coins most people ignore. We uncover the details others miss, and we remind you that sometimes the smallest objects carry the biggest surprises. Watch our videos till the end, because one piece of information, just one, could change the way you see your collection, and possibly change your life. Now go check your drawers, and look carefully. Your next discovery might already be waiting.